Hello Anoka staff, this is a PowerPoint presentation put together to gather all staff input and an opportunity to hear your voice as our district moves forward. As we continue to work to improve outcomes for students, we are seeking input from employees to inform the planning and prioritization process for the coming year. In preparation for gathering input, we will review the system's improvement cycle, the school board district scorecard, and the strategic priorities for 16-17. Items that the school board determines are strategic priorities are funded first as we shift resources from annual allocations and infrequent one-time funding streams like our strategic investment funds. As part of this review and feedback by staff, all employees involved will be working in response to 3 important planning documents and processes. These include the Anoka-Hennepin Systems Improvement Cycle, the District Scorecard, and Strategic Priorities documents.
Anoka-Hennepin staff. Our school board and our cabinet are entering into a process of strategic planning that involves gathering input from our entire system. One of the things that's very important in any system is that staff feel heard as the district sets priorities for where we're going in the future. We're at the time of the year where we are going to share with the district our goals from last year, from surveys in the community, staff surveys, and our student data on all sorts of things from academic achievement to participation in rigorous coursework or high school athletics or activities. We use these things to inform what we need to do next to get better. Over the next half hour, you'll have a chance to visit with your supervisors and talk through our scorecard, our improvement process, and our current strategic priorities. It's important that you review this information with us. Take a few weeks to talk it over with your colleagues, and then come back together and say, this is what you're seeing that we need to be working on. In early October, you'll have a chance to give feedback back to your supervisor so that our school board will have hopefully thousands of employees weighing in on what the things are that need to be addressed in our system. Your voice does matter, and we appreciate you taking time and taking this seriously. Thank you.
This is our District Systems Improvement Cycle, meant to provide improved communication and planning across our system. Aligns to decision dates for budgeting, staffing, and accountability, and reporting. While 1 year is represented, many projects take multiple years to completely implement. This is a planning tool used by the school board and district leadership. Priorities are developed and processed using this cycle so that they match with funding, operations, and review cycles currently in space. This document is enclosed in this email. District staff are receiving this presentation now through October with the goal of returning feedback by mid-October. Input and data collected will be presented to the school board for consideration for the 2017-18 priority cycle in November. Decisions made on priorities will need to be processed to match our implementation plans, budget resources, and timing for the following year before they are made final in January. This next series of slides will provide an overview of the format of the district scorecard. The scorecard also has been enclosed in this email. This is the cover page for the district scorecard. This is the document that is updated to measure progress in meeting goals. The cover page is organized in 4 strategic directions. The strategic directions are listed in the lower right-hand portion of the cover page. Here is an example of the scorecard and how it is organized. Strategic Direction A, maximizing student learning and minimizing the achievement gap, is on pages 3 through 5 and is broken down into 3 sections listed below. Proficiency and growth, post-secondary readiness, welcoming and engaging schools. Strategic Directions B through D are found on page 6. Key performance indicators are listed on the left of the document and include indicators aligned to the world's best workforce, which is a current Minnesota legislation, Every Student Succeeds Act, the newly enacted Federal Education Accountability System. Descriptions of the measure used are in the next column from the left. Ranges of performance are listed next, spanning from intervene to vision. It is important to note that many of these levels are set very rigorously. Ranges were re-examined and recommendations for changes were made to the school board. Some ranges were adjusted for the 2016-17 school year, whereas some were not. Score trends are located on the right side of the document with an arrow indicating the desired direction of the trend. Bolded text in boxes around a score indicates improvement from the previous year. Underlined scores indicate the first time the indicator was measured or a change in the assessment measure. This document is the strategic priorities document. This includes the strategic priorities set by the school board for the current year, which are in the implementing category, and the priorities which are in the considering, reviewing, and monitoring phase. In the top section, these are the strategic priorities that are being implemented during the current school year. Consider these to be the action step of a plan. The next section is reviewing, analyzing data and information, proposing solutions, planning, final approval, and decision to act. Priorities under consideration come next, considering, identifying concerns and ideas, gathering data and information, proposing a process to formally review an idea or concern. The fourth step is monitoring the implementation of recently implemented priorities in the system. We would like you to take the next few days to consider the following questions. Meet with your colleagues and give us your feedback on the link in your email. What indicators on the scorecard most closely align with or are impacted by the work you are doing at Anoka High School or your department? What indicators on the scorecard appear to need the most attention? Are there indicators that need attention but do not appear to be addressed by our current strategic priorities? Are there critical areas of focus that you are working on at Anoka High School or your department that are not reflected in either the scorecard or the strategic priorities? In other words, are these things which you are working on at Anoka High School or department that will not impact the scorecard in any way? What suggestions do you have for consideration for inclusion on the strategic priorities for the 2017-18 school year, noting that there will likely not be a change on the scorecard for 2017-18? What scorecard changes might you suggest we consider in the future? Again, these are enclosed in this email. Next steps. Please visit with your colleagues again over the next few days and then go to the link on this email to give your feedback on the 6 questions that I just reviewed but are also enclosed. If you have questions on any of this information or process, please visit with me. We need your feedback by Friday, October 14th. Remember that this is a chance for you to give input for the future of our school and district. Thank you for your support.